Ever found yourself staring at your Acorns account, wondering, okay, I've got this nest egg growing, but what if I need it? Can I actually get my hands on this money? You're not alone. We've all been there, that slight panic when you realize you might need to tap into those investments. Maybe it's an unexpected bill, a sudden opportunity, or just a peace of mind of knowing your money is accessible. Let's face it, investing can feel a bit like planting a seed. You nurture it, watch it grow, and hope for a bountiful harvest. But what happens when you need to harvest a little early? That's the question we're tackling today. Can you transfer money from Acorns to your bank account? Acorns, with its user-friendly interface and focus on micro-investing, has become a popular choice for beginners and seasoned investors alike. The concept is simple: spare change gets invested, and over time, you build wealth. But what about the liquidity of those investments? Is it as easy to get your money out as it is to put it in? Before we dive into the nitty-gritty of withdrawals, let's quickly recap what Acorns actually is. For those new to the platform, Acorns is an app that rounds up your everyday purchases and invests the spare change into a diversified portfolio of ETFs, or exchange-traded funds. Think of it as a digital piggy bank that works for you, automatically growing your savings. Acorns offers various account types, each tailored to different financial goals. There's Acorns Invest, which handles the roundups and long-term investing. Then there's Acorns Later, for retirement savings, and Acorns Checking, which adds a checking account and debit card to the mix. Each of these accounts interacts with your invested funds differently, which directly impacts how you withdraw your money. Now, the moment you've been waiting for, yes, you can transfer money from your Acorns account to your bank account. The process, however, is not instantaneous and has a few nuances you need to understand. Firstly, you're not directly transferring cash from a savings account in the traditional sense. You're selling your investments and transferring the resulting cash proceeds. This means the time it takes to see the money in your bank account will depend on market fluctuations and the processing time for selling those ETFs. Here's a breakdown of the withdrawal process from Acorns Invest. Initiating the withdrawal, you start by opening the Acorns app and navigating to your Invest account. Within the app, there's a withdraw or transfer option. Tapping on this will prompt you to enter the amount you wish to withdraw. Selecting your bank account, Acorns will ask you to select the bank account you want to transfer the funds to. This should be the same bank account you linked when you initially set up your Acorns account. Understanding the timeline, this is where things get a bit more crucial. Acorn states that withdrawals typically take 3 to 6 business days to process. This timeline accounts for the time it takes to sell your investments and for the funds to settle. Remember, market volatility can impact the final amount you receive. Market fluctuations: since you're selling investments, the value of your withdrawal will be based on the current market price of your ETFs. If the market is down, you'll receive less than you initially invested. Conversely, if the market is up, you could receive more. Account minimums: it's important to be aware of any minimum balance requirements Acorns may have for certain accounts. Withdrawing too much could potentially trigger fees or penalties, so always check the terms and conditions. Now, let's address some common concerns people have about withdrawing from Acorns. What about taxes? When you sell investments, you may incur capital gains taxes. If you've held your investments for less than a year, you'll be subject to short-term capital gains taxes, which are taxed at your ordinary income tax rate. If you've held them for longer than a year, you'll be subject to long-term capital gains taxes, which are typically lower. Acorns provides tax documents to help you report these gains when you file your taxes. Are there any fees for withdrawing? Acorns doesn't typically charge direct fees for withdrawals themselves. However, the subscription fees for your Acorns account still apply, regardless of whether you're withdrawing or not. It's always best to check the latest fee schedule on the Acorns website or app, as fees can change. What about withdrawing from Acorns Later, retirement? Withdrawing from Acorns Later is a bit more complex. Since it's a retirement account, early withdrawals may be subject to penalties and taxes. It's crucial to understand the rules and regulations surrounding retirement account withdrawals before taking any action. Acorns provides resources and information to help you navigate these complexities. Can I withdraw from Acorns checking instantly? Acorns checking operates more like a traditional checking account. You can transfer funds to and from your linked bank account relatively quickly. However, funds transferred from your invest account to your checking account will still be subject to the same 3 to 6 business day processing time. Tips for smooth withdrawals. Plan ahead. Don't wait until the last minute to withdraw funds. Give yourself ample time for the processing period. Monitor market conditions. Be aware of market fluctuations, especially if you need a specific amount of money. Keep accurate records. Maintain records of your transactions for tax purposes. Contact Acorn support. If you encounter any issues or have questions, don't hesitate to contact Acorn's customer support. It's also important to consider why you are withdrawing. Is it a true emergency, or is it an impulse? One of the benefits of Acorns is the long-term growth. Pulling money out too frequently can hinder the compounding effect and impact your overall returns. Acorns is designed to be a tool for long-term financial growth. While it's reassuring to know you can access your money when needed, it's generally best to let your investments grow over time. Think of it like tending a garden. You wouldn't pull up your seedlings before they've had a chance to mature, would you? Similarly, allowing your investments to grow undisturbed can lead to a more fruitful harvest in the long run. In summary, yes, you can transfer money from your Acorns account to your bank account. However, it's not an instantaneous process and involves selling your investments, which can be subject to market fluctuations. It's essential to understand the timeline, potential tax implications, and any applicable fees before initiating a withdrawal. Remember, responsible investing involves balancing accessibility with long-term growth. Use withdrawals judiciously and always prioritize your financial goals. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.